have the LG G2 Mini. It's the little brother, or rather I like to think of it as the little sister, to the flagship LG G2, which was launched last year. Unlike the flagship, it's actually a mid-range phone with a slightly lower specification. So when we compare it to the full-size G2, obviously it's a bit smaller. It has a 4.7-inch screen rather than a 5.2-inch screen. The processor has also been downgraded, so now this is running a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor rather than a 2.2 GHz quad-core processor. And the camera has also been downgraded as well. So you had a 13 megapixel camera on the previous one, and you have an 8 megapixel camera on this one. But there are some advantages. It hasn't all been scaled back and made into a minier version. Actually, the back of this is something, it's not a sealed unit, so you can take the back off, you can add in more memory, and if you need to, you could also change the battery. As you would expect with a mini version, it has shrunk in size, so rather than having a 5.2-inch screen, you've actually got a 4.7-inch screen here. Just like its bigger brother, it has kept the buttons on the back, so here you can control the power and also turn the volume up and down. There's a bit of a Marmite feature, some people love it, some people hate it. I actually find it quite useful because when I'm holding it in my hand, my fingers just naturally rest there. So I think it's quite useful. And as I said, it's got a 4.7-inch screen, which I actually think is quite big for a mini version. If I'm holding it in one hand, my thumb can't reach across. But overall, it doesn't look too big. I think the nice slim bezel still makes it feel quite compact overall. This really just represents LG following suit with all the other phone manufacturers such as Sony, HTC and Samsung, which have all released mini versions of their flagship phones. One main benefit of doing this is that it comes with a lower price tag. We don't actually have the price confirmed yet, but the bigger version is £400 and we expect it to be a bit cheaper than that. So for more on this, for the affordable Nokia X range and for all our coverage of Mobile World Congress, click on the links below.
This is the Tesco Huddle, and this is the Advent Vega Tegra Note. They're both two budget 7-inch Android tablets. The Huddle cost £119, the Tegra Note cost £130. We're going to compare their key features to see whether you should buy either one. While both tablets have a 7-inch screen and plastic casing, I prefer Tesco's Huddle in terms of its design. That's because it's got a bright, colourful shell in the same way that Nokia's Lumia phones do. This is a little bit more fun and playful compared to the more functional Tegra Note. As one Which staff has said of the Tegra Note's design, it's not terrible, just terribly uninspiring. It's got these speaker grills down the side and an industrial looking dimpled back. On the plus side, it does come with a stylus to use, and it's lighter than Tesco's Huddle 2. That's 320 grams compared to 370. Both these tablets run on Android, but not the latest version. They've got 4.3 Jelly Bean compared to the brand new 4.4 KitKat. In day-to-day terms, this won't make a huge amount of difference. What's really important is that neither tablet is filled up with bloatware or skins that can prove a distraction when you're using them. That said, Tesco's Huddle comes with some nice apps which allows you to shop online and check your club card points. The Tegra Note's key selling point is its 1.9 GHz quad-core processor, which means it's more than adept for handling the latest 3D gaming apps. Tesco's Huddle, on the other hand, only has a 1.5 GHz processor, but will be capable of handling the likes of BBC iPlayer and your general internet browsing needs. If you're a gamer though, it's the Tegra Note that you want. If there's one thing missing from the Tegra Note, it's a really good screen. Images look a little bit soft when you're using it. Tesco's Huddle, on the other hand, has a better resolution screen, and you can really see that when you're streaming video. So, which tablet should you choose? Well, they're both pretty evenly matched in terms of an all-round package, but given the choice, I'd go for Tesco's Huddle and save myself 11 quid. That's purely because I prefer to stream video through the likes of Netflix and BBC iPlayer more than I do gaming on my tablet. but that's just my personal opinion. For more information, including reviews of the Hudl and the Tegra Note, head over to which.co.uk/technology.